Good morning, everybody. Today is now Wednesday. It is 6:45 in the AM, and I've not long got home from work. I'm just relaxing. Here's an update for you guys that did some digging for me and tried to come up with some information about this bottle. I got the actually got the letters wrong on it. It was EB. Echo Baker and Co Limited. This bottle here was made in a glassworks run by E. Breffett in Castleford, West Yorkshire. That particular glassworks went back to 1696. I haven't been able to find any information prior to that, but there was a glassworks in Castleford that actually goes back that far. From the information I gathered, it sometime in the 1800s it was defunct and was literally falling apart, and the then owner decided he was rather indifferent to it, and as far as he was concerned it could fall down around everybody's ears, which is a real shame. So yeah, sometime around that, but glassworks in that particular area, there was a place where it first started, Legentium, and I can give you some information in a moment. Hang on. Here we go. Yeah, 1696. Yep, that's right. Here we go. Oh man, don't you just hate it when that happens? You find some information, you try looking for it again. Alrighty, okay, historical. Oh my god, I hate it when that happens. I really do. It was right there. Oh well, anyway, the information I got is that the furnace where this bottle might have originated, right? The design and location of the furnace suggests that the glassworks may have existed on the site as early as the last quarter of the 17th century, which is around 1600. I don't know why they call it 17 when it's got 16. For there is documentary reference to a ferry bridge works from that period, although such evidence is both obscure and confusing. An orthodox opinion is that the glassworks were established at Ferry Bridge circa 1840. Okay, well, there you go. Yeah, early day documentation. In 1696, John Houghton stated that there were 3 glass houses in existence in Yorkshire, 2 near Silkstone and 1 near Ferry Bridge. So, okay, well, we're getting pretty close to it, although the numbers on the back is 1166, 1166. Oh, I think I'd be pushing the bounds of credibility or credulity to say that this bottle might actually go back that far. So yeah, anywhere between 1600 and 1800. But anyway, I do appreciate you guys trying to dig up some information for me. Thank you. All good. Right, now I was going to talk to you about something else, and it's conveniently slipped my mind. Well, mind you, it is now 06:49 in the AM, and yeah, I did 12 hours, started at 6 PM, finished 6 AM. Right, shall I tell you about a book I read tonight? I believe I shall. Calvin Cruikshank, Bridging the Gap, Channeling Spirit to Heal Hearts. Calvin Cruikshank is a New Zealand psychic medium. He goes on tour, he does shows, yada yada yada. Him and Deb Webber and 1 or 2 others did a show on New Zealand television called Sensing Murder, which apparently was originated in Daneland, the Danish. That started that off and then brought it to New Zealand. What they do is they're given 1 day and they're given a photograph of a deceased person, and they have to come up with as much information as they can in one day to hopefully get a lead on who did the deed, yada yada yada. And the New Zealand police were actually quite surprised at the amount of information that these guys come up. I mean, the producers of the show went through bulk psychics and mediums before they came across these guys, and a lot of them were just sheer utter shit, apparently. You know, like the producers and the police were absolutely disgusted that these people were such charlatans, bilking needy, desperate people of their money. Oh, people like that, man, ought to be taken out, literally, and shot, and then their bodies left for the dogs. But this guy here, Calvin Cruikshank, I've seen him on TV. I've heard some of his past history, and this guy had it pretty rough. And I won't tell you. I mean, if you want to do some digging and find out for yourself, go ahead. So yeah, there's Calvin Cruikshank. There's a British import called Deb Webber. Oh man, I tell you what, her hair looks like an explosion in a parrot factory. Oh. However, she seems a nice enough person. She's got her own Facebook. Calvin's got his own Facebook page. So yeah, it's a real bridging the gap, channeling spirit to heal hearts. Pretty good book. Pretty hard for me to read because I've got some issues about forgiveness for people in my past that have done me wrong. I mean, it's so easy to say I forgive you, but you know, like the old saying goes, it's easy to forgive, hard to forget. And just the sheer act of forgiving somebody brings up those memories, and oh, it makes it harder all over again to forgive and forget. Like okay, I'll give you an instance out of my path. When I was 12, I was living on Waiheke Island in the Hauraki Gulf, and I was going through a bit of a growth spurt, and the one pair of shoes that I had when I got shipped over to Waiheke to my grandmother's house, she was living on Waiheke Island with her second husband, Uncle Vic. Marvellous man. He's passed over now, and oh, I love that guy. He was absolutely incredible. He could do anything, literally. It was in the days where you get an idea in your head, and bang, you went out to the shed, popped it all together, and away you went. And yeah, well, anyway, I was going through a bit of a growth spurt, and my grandmother decided that no, that one pair of shoes was going to suit me, and that was it. And because of her, instead of my feet growing out that way, growing straight out, they like this, okay. And it's quite interesting, when I was doing possum hunting in a possum and pest control course, walking down a spur, and it was really interesting to feel the bones in my feet grind against each other. Oh, that was painful. That was painful. And that was all because my grandmother wouldn't buy me a pair of shoes. She hated us simply because we were our father's children. Yeah, she firmly believed that my mother married beneath herself. She did, but hell, it took me quite a few years after that to learn that. But yeah, that was the type of woman she was, and I mean, she's passed over, and I can say till I'm blue in the face that I forgive her, but it's really hard to forget. She wasn't a physically violent woman, but oh man, her mouth, she was nasty. She was an utter bitch, and she knew how to hurt too. However, that's enough of that rambling. Alrighty, well, not a problem. I'd just like to say hello to somebody who posted a comment on my last video, Super C or Super Critchards. G'day matey. thank you for watching, and I have just now pressed the subscribe button. Alright, okay mate, well yeah, I'll let you all go, and thank you for watching, and yeah, we'll catch up later. Cheers mate.